Okay, senior. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to, moving forward in our architecture series that we're going to be covering, we actually have a project we're going to be working on over in uh, Plymouth. And Home Remodeling is going to be building a garage. So we need to help them get some zoning building prints put together. So in order, first thing we need to do is we're going to go ahead and draw the floor plan of it. So in order to do that, we're going to go new. And we're going to create the floor plan first. Now, some of you, I realize, have done some of these architectural projects already, so you guys should be able to move right along with it. Some of you have not, so we'll take it slow, and you guys can go from there with it. So the first thing we're going to do, instead of opening up our, it'll be on the network, instead of going to the borders and opening the PCTC template, we're actually going to open the PCTC arch template. So the PCTC temp arch template, if you go into dimension settings, you'll notice there's all sorts of different types of dimensions. There's also some generic layers in here showing like doors, windows, text, dimensions. So for this one, we're going to be drawing an 18 foot by 22 foot garage. So in order to first get started, we are just going to draw a floor plan real quick. So as you notice, I have my the dynamic inputs on, so we can actually set our distances. So we're going to draw a 22 foot. So if you type 22 instead of 22 feet, it's going to be in inches. So if you want it to be feet, you have to hit the foot mark. Hit enter. And if you scroll out, I'm actually going to hit escape, double click my middle mouse button, and zoom out. I'm going to take this and move this over somewhere. Turn my ortho off here. I'm going to put it right there. So that's 22 feet. Now I'm going to draw another line. I'm going to go from here and I'm going to type 18 feet because it's 22 by 18 foot garage. And now we're going to go 22 feet down. And we'll just close it off. So this is our garage as we have it right now. Um, we are going to go into various detail, but within this lesson here, what I want you to understand is we're going to make a floor plan. Once we make our floor plan, we're going to locate some garages and doors so we can go ahead and make elevation views. Uh, and we'll figure all this out as we go. So if this is our floor plan, we need to look up a garage. There's actually going to be a garage right on this end, a garage door. So in order to do that, we got to go do some research. So I've already pulled up Menards' website. You can go to Lowe's, Home Depot, whatever you want, and we'll type garage door. So when we type in garage door, we're just going to go to a residential garage door, and we are going to go with a 9x7 garage door. So if you click on 9x7, there's all sorts of specs here. Granted, we're not too concerned with the make and model and all that, but we are looking for the specs. So we'll look here. So this tells you different details of the garage, things you need to consider when you're doing your garage door. But this, we're not going to have a problem with height. So if we come over here, they give you some headroom, different measurements you need to consider within your build here. So we know we're doing a 9x7 garage door. So if we scroll down here, it gives you some specs on the garage door. This can, based on what we need, but we're not going out selecting the garage door. But it gives us our dimensions of our garage door. So in order to get this through the codes and permits, we are going to have to do an elevation view of this. So 9 foot by 7 foot high is what we're going to make this garage door. So if we come back over to our AutoCAD, we're going to want to make this square to the garage. So we're just going to draw a line, and we'll go to the midpoint. We're just going to go a line straight down. Um, I'm just going to draw a random distance. Now we got to go 9 feet wide. So if we do like an offset and do 4.5 feet, we're going to select the one side this way and the one side this way. That is our garage door location. So for right now, you can just select this and pull it up. This is just for our knowledge here because we're going to make elevation views today with this. So once we have the elevation view, we'll get rid of that line there. This is to represent the garage door. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and we need to put a 3 foot man door here. The man door is going to be 3 foot off the corner of the garage. So we need to go back to our website. We got our garage door specs, 9 by 4. Um, Let me check something here. Technical special. We'll come back to that if necessary. So I'm just going to do a new tab. I'm going to go to Menards. Uh, Menards.com. I'm going to type in steel door. So pre-finished doors, steel doors, fiberglass doors, fire doors. Let's just go with a standard, just a standard steel door. So we don't need anything fancy, double hung, we don't need anything like that. We are going to go with a 30-inch wide door. Well, let's go with a 32-inch wide door. So these are the type of doors. If you notice, so you go by the 32 wide, 80 inches tall. So if we click on the first one, we're going to look here, and like the garage door, it gives you all the specs you need. This is probably the biggest thing when we get into the framing, this rough opening. I do not believe on the garage door there was a rough opening, and that's what I was looking for. So we'll come back over here. There's a rough opening. So we'll take note of that when we get into our garage door. But for right now, we're going to go with a 32 by 80 inch tall garage door. So when we come up here, we've been asked to make the garage door 3 feet off, or the man door 3 feet off the edge. So if we do an offset, we type 3 feet, and we'll select this line and put it there. So this garage door is going to be located right there. We're going to do an offset. Again, we'll do that 32 inches. You can type 32 or 32 inches, select your line, and put it right there. So this represents our garage door right now. So, well, this is the garage door. This is the man door for the garage. We're going to, for right now, make the door swing out. So in order to represent that, we're just going to draw a circle endpoint. We're just going to draw a line from this endpoint over to that quadrant. Then we can do a trim. And we'll get rid of all this. And we'll just delete that, erase that. We'll just change this to that door layer real quick. So we got a door. So there's our door. Door represents, if you were to grab the door handle, it would swing open this way. So it'd be a left-handed door. Grab it, it swings open to the left. So now what we need to do is we have to actually figure out how to make elevation views. Elevation views would represent what the building looks like as if you were to look at it from the outside. I'll be right back. I'm going to try to find some blocks here real quick. Okay, so coming back here, we're making these elevation views, and what we have to consider right now is we actually are going to bring in different features for this house that we're going to be doing. There's a thing, if you recall back when we did sophomore visits, we had the blocks that we could bring in. Well, this time we're actually going to go find the block. So if you go to your design center, it's under the insert tab, there's this design center. And if you go up here, it's located buried within the computer. If you go to, you almost like go to C, and you go to your program files, expand that, should be Autodesk. Let's try Autodesk here. And then there should be like a, let's pull this over just a little bit here. AutoCAD, let's see if it's in here. Expand it. And then there's samples. And then there's this ENUS. And then there's this design center, which is that design center. So if you're looking for it, it's C, program files, Autodesk. Wait, nope. You can actually, yeah, you can, this, that's not the file path. If we go, yeah, that is a file path. Let's try this here. So if you're within AutoCAD 2014, you can go here. Let's check this out. Nope. Nope. So the Design Center is located under the Autodesk AutoCAD Civil 3D 2014. So when you go there, expand the US, and you'll see That's not there. Okay. No, we need samples. Samples, there we go. Samples. Scratch that. Go to AutoCAD Civil 3D 2014. Go samples. And then this design center under ENUS. So what you're going to see is they have all sorts of different blocks already pre-created for us, which makes it nice. So you got fasteners, you got different types of circuits, you name it, they got them in here. So what we're interested in, there's that home space one we use during sophomore visits. This is different types of fasteners. The home designer is what we're going to be interested in for the outside. Let's keep going over. Let's look here. So that's HVAC. This is the kitchen, landscaping, if you want to show some trees, pipe fittings, plant processes, so welding. So that's nice. So what we're going to do is we're going to utilize this house designer. So if you select on it, you can actually, let's do that again. So we go to the design center, you select which one you want, house designer. Within that you can click blocks and you can select what type of block you want. For this one actually I think we're going to change. We're going to change the door layout just a little. So I'm going to click that, minimize that over there. And then I'm actually going to erase this. So we have 3 feet there. So if we go home and throw a linear dimension right there to there, we have 3 feet. What we're going to do is we'll come back over here to our design center and we're going to select our door. So here's our right hand door, here's our left hand door. Let's try a right hand door. Let's try that first. Click OK, and it'll come into scale. So what we'll do now is we're going to take this, move it over, turn our ortho off here. We'll do a rotate. Guess I was mistaken. This is a right hand door. So we're going to take that, we'll just move this real quick to that endpoint there. So here's a 36-inch door. I'll tell you what, let's take this. I'm curious to see how this block is. Block's right there. So there's our 3-foot door. So we'll get rid of this. We'll use this block door. So there's our 36-inch door. Now if we come over here, I don't believe that there's not something for a garage door. There's an elevation view for a garage door, and we're going to have to tweak it because it's a 10-foot wide and we're using a 7-foot wide, but that's okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to make our elevation views. So the best way to do this, like we do our multi-views, is we're going to bring the views over. So just draw a line straight over. Same thing here. Draw a line straight up, another line straight up. And then really we'll hold off on doing the rest. Oops. We're going to hold off doing the rest. This garage for right now is going to be 10 foot tall. So we're going to select this point to this point. And these will be pretty much the views that we're going to create our front, or the front of the building. We're going to call the garage front for right now. This side, the right side, that'd be truly the left side. If you're looking at this way, it'd be the front. This would be on the right, this would be on the left, and this would be the rear. So we're going to make this a 10 foot tall garage. So type 10 foot for your offset. Select this line, go down. There. So now what we're going to do is we're actually going to bring these lines up. Straight up. And we're going to offset 7 foot. Because that's how tall our garage door is. And so this is looking at the front of the garage right now. So I'm going to do a trim. Select this and trim that out. I'm going to trim these out. So this is looking at the front of our garage. This is looking at the right side of our garage. So what we need to do now is we'll bring this block in here real quick. Let's bring that garage door block. So select the garage door, click OK. We'll bring it in over here. So now that we have that, this looks good. But when we take and move it over to here, obviously our garage is too tall. So let's see if we can do a stretch. I don't think we can do a stretch on this. No, we can't. So what you have to do, let's see if we can double click it. Let's see if, I don't know if I can edit the block. Let's see if we can right click, do edit block in place. Okay. So what we can do, so if we look, we're actually editing it right now. So if we do like, we could do a stretch on it real quick. Select all these features here, pull it over. There's our block edited, and then save changes. We saved, click OK. Now we're back to our drawing. So our block has been edited. So if you ever need to do it, click on the block, right click, edit block in place, I mean. Then you can go ahead and click OK, and then update it. And then come over here, edit references, and hit save changes, and click OK. So there's our garage door placed there. And if we come over here, this would just be straight siding. If we have to add a window, we have to add a window. But this is our garage door, looking at the front of it, looking at the left side, the right side. Tell you what, since this is the same thing, I'm going to do a copy real quick, select it, and bring it straight over. So we have that now. Now we'll do the same thing for the garage door. We'll go 36-inch garage door, so we're just going to draw a line straight up. Then we'll come from right here, straight over. And our garage door is 80 inches. So if we do an offset, 80 inches, select that, and right there's our garage door, and we'll just trim this up real quick. So now we have that. We have, we can do our garage door. Same thing we're going to do. We're going to go to our insert. Our design center is already selected. Come up here and select the plain 36-inch door. So double click on it. Click OK. And it'll come in 1-to-1. So right there's our garage door. Now we may have a problem because this is, we're looking at it from this way. We're going to rotate this real quick. The door knob will not be right on this side. It's actually going on this side. So we got to actually click on this. And we're going to edit the block real quick. Edit it in place. Click OK. And what we'll do, we'll just mirror that door handle. Come here, select your midpoint, bring it over here. We can erase that. And we can come back over here and do save changes. Click OK. So right there we go. So let's see if we can move that now. Select that point to that point. Uh-oh. Let's check this. DI. Let's check a distance. We're going to go with a 7-foot door. And if we come over here and check 7 times 12, that's an 84-inch door. So now we got to edit this again. So right left click, do edit block. Let's do OK. Let's do a quick stretch again. Or you could do a move, however you want to do it. I'm just going to do a stretch. Select the object. Take this here, put it right there. Hit save changes under the edit references. Under the home, hit OK. There's your garage door. So we can take that, we'll put that under the door too. And we'll put this one under the door. Okay. So now that represents our garage, really. Next thing we have to figure out is we have a 512 pitch. 512 pitch of a roof is, in a way, determined, it doesn't have a length, but it's determined by the horizontal and vertical measurements. So we don't know how tall the peak is, no idea. But in order to do that, we're going to define an angle to this. So if we draw a line, and 512 means up 5 inches, it could be even 5 feet, up 5 over 12. So that's how you get that. We'll just do an end text here. 5. Scale that up for you guys a little. And then we'll just do a copy. Put that there. Do 12. So that's a 512 pitch. So if we take a line and put it here to here, that defines that angle. Which all it's saying is there's 5 divided by 12. It's a 40, almost a 42-inch degree angle. 42-degree angle. If we do a, you could do a linear or an angular measurement here and select this here and there. It was incorrect. 23-degree angle. 23-degree slope. So we can erase that. So 12 divided by 5. Anywho, that's going to be the slope of your roof. So what we'll do is we're going to take this roof, this angle here, do a copy, bring it here, grab that endpoint, and put it right there. Now we'll just do a mirror, and we'll take the midpoint, we'll put our ortho on, and go straight up. So that is the slope of your roof. So if we do like a fillet now, that will determine the pitch of your roof. Pitch meaning it's a 512 pitch. So we can take this information, really we can put it over here near it to define the pitch of the roof. Now what we need to do is we actually have to define an overhang, because if you had water running down, it'd run right down the face of your building. So we actually have to add a foot overhang. So we're going to do an offset, 1 foot, select that there, and we're actually going to do a move. Select that, put that on the end there, select that, put that on the end there, and we'll just do a fillet again. Do radius 0. Okay, so we have that. We can go ahead and take this information. Well, we could probably just erase this, and do an extend. EX, and we're just extending them lines. So right there is our building. Now what makes this difficult is we actually have to show the roof over here now. So if we're going to show the roof with an overhang, we have to get this height. So if we do like, if we transfer and get a measurement from here to here, it's 14 foot 2 inches. So if we do an offset now, offset, and do 14 foot 2 inches, we can select the base of this, go up, select the base of this, go up. So right there is our roof. So we're just going to draw a line, complete the roof. And all that's telling us is that's 14 foot 2 inches. If we put a dimension linear here to here, 14 foot 2, 14 foot 2. Now the only thing, I'll erase these. The only thing I'm going to change is, that looks good, but usually there's a 2x4 in here, and we're going to get into that with a typical section, and we'll change this a little. But for right now, this will work. It'll be an easy fix when we have to put the edges of the gutters on. But for right now, I want to make sure we can put a elevation view together. So we're going to go ahead and kick that over there. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to call this, for right now, the north side. So we're going to do a rotate. We're going to rotate this over. So we're actually looking at it as the right side view. Bring this over here. It's our left side view. I'm going to move this down. I'm actually going to do a copy here. And then we can erase this garage door. This is just looking at the back of it. So this would be looking at this side, garage door's there. You'd have to grab the handle so it's the furthest away from the corner, furthest away from the corner. This height here to the base of here is the same height as here to the base of here. Same thing over here. The same thing from top to bottom here looking at the back side. So if we have that, now what we can do is we can actually put like a hatch on here. So if you go ahead, you can actually pick a different type of siding or hatching. Now I tend to like to use a shake, ARR shake. And what you can do is you can do a select or pick point, and select where you want your roof to be, and hit enter. Now that has that like roof shingle look to it. Then the next thing is you can do your hatch again, and we'll pick something for like siding. I tend to pick like a siding angle like that. If you click in there, it's really dense, but you can make it like 12 inches, and then that still don't look good, so let's double click that. Let's make it like 24. That's still probably See what 36 inches looks like, 36 scale. So that looks pretty good for right now. We'll make the angle 45 degrees. Ooh, not vertical. We're gonna make the I'll make it 90. See what 90. We'll name 135. So there's our hatching for our building. So we can do the same thing. We can actually do a hatch. We can pick there, and we can pick there, and pick there. Now that looks good. Problem is it's all goofy. So if we come over here to our match properties, we can select the match properties, select in there, and select in there. So now we have our elevation views. What would be, ooh, okay, let me show you something. Do not hatch multiple places at once. Because if I now want to do a move, it actually moves that roof. So we're going to move this out where we do a hatch again. Hatch, we'll pick here, be done, hatch, be done, and we'll just do a match properties, MA. Select that, place it there, place it there. So now when I want to move it, I just erase them. When I want to move it, I can move it freely. So this is what I'm looking for your elevation views. We will be adding on to this. We might add some windows on later. We're going to figure out this area, do various things. We're probably going to change the roof up a little, and we're going to add a typical section. But for right now, I want to make sure that you can do dimensioning with the elevation views of the garage that we're going to be moving forward. We're going to go ahead and make a site plan for this. We're going to check into some restrictions, go into a whole permits process. So, and we're going to work with home remodeling on this. So to wrap this up, we'll go through, when you turn your prints in, I want to make sure you got some dimensions so I can check it. Just some overall dimensions. You can go ahead and put like the garage door dimension in from the edge, and then from this edge. What we'll do here, let's just do this. Let's take this, make this garage door. We'll just offset this the width of a 2x4, 3.5 for right now, and we'll trim this up so it looks, so we have something right there. We're going to make this a door as well. So that'll be our garage door, and then we have a 36-inch door. We'll want to label that information eventually as well. So just draw that over. What we can do, we can actually put a dimension of the height of the roof. And keep in mind it's just a reference dimension, so we can maybe double click on it, go to the end, type ref in caps, reference, so we know roughly how tall it's going to be. Let's keep that dimensioning there. I'm going to do a match properties real quick and see if it'll carry the text height with it. It will not. So what we'll do is, if we select this dimension here, you see the dim style is set to 1/4. So if we hit D for dim style, it shows 1/4. So let's come over here, and if we double click on this text here, this template's already been set up. We can actually select. We'll do a Control A, select all that information. Let's go up to 1/4. It'll make it the size we want it to be, so it's consistent. So if we do a match properties again, we can erase that. That indicates that 12 inch. Ooh, let's move this over. That indicates it's 12 inches over, 5 inches up. Whoa. So that helps the builder know what the slope of the roof is. So for right now, I'm also going to do a match properties and put this right here. So we're on the beginning part of doing this garage. So when you go to set up your sheets, we're going to have to do a new template, or from template, and go borders and find a B size. The request is for this to be on a B size sheet and to be a 1/4 inch scale. So when we're here, we're actually going to get rid of the list of materials for these views. And if you want, there's your M view, you can fix that. So if you double click, here's your layout. So we're going to do a zoom, 1/4 XP, and we might have a problem. They want one. We're going to do zoom 1/8 XP. wait, I take that back. If we're doing that, you actually have to, let's go find our handy dandy though. You can't do 1/4 because that's 1/4 inch equals 1 inch. So what you have to do is these factors are set up for you. So if you're doing 1/4, you have to actually take the 4 and divide it by 12 to make it 48. If you want half, you got to do 32. 1 divided by 32 XP. So that's the difference. You're taking this number at the tail end and multiplying it by 12. Typically, 48, 32. That don't seem right. I'm going to have to look into 32. But, so we're doing 4th here. So we're going to double click and do zoom 1 divided by 48 XP. And then there's our view. So what we can actually do is we can set up multiple views in this sheet. So however you want to do it, we can actually get away with 11 by 17 or a size sheet based on what I was informed, because we have to keep it 1/4 inch equals 1 foot. So let's just delete that real quick. We have goofy M view going on here. Take this M view, pull it over. Or what you can do is you can actually create a new M view if you really prefer. I may recommend against it, but you can if you want. So there's that one, pan over, and we'll just, we can pull that view over a little further. We'll just pull it up more, or up top a little more to keep it out of the floor plan. And when you can label the size of the garage door with liters and stuff like that, we'll title the view. But what we can do is we can do a copy, and maybe we'll just do that. We'll move this. Double click here, maybe we'll just do the rear view. We'll put different types of view, north, south, east, west when we do our site plan. But so there's our rear view. We'll come down here. Caps, today's date, 03/13/20. We'll just do 14. I'm going to do Control A, copy that, bring it down here. We'll call it home remodeling garage.dwg. Scale is very important on this one. Inch equals 1 foot. And we'll worry about the sheets when we get all done. So if you want to put like maybe rear view, front view, and then what we can do is we'll do front and rear view. And since that, we'll make it, we'll bring properties up real quick, PR, and we'll make it, see if we can get away with, oops, wrong scale, with factor 0.8. There we go. So now we can fit that in there. So now we have that done. We can actually see if we can just do a move copy and just do move to end and create a copy. And since we have that, now we can click on this one. We can right click and rename and just do front, rear, elevation, view. Same thing here. We'll just right click on this one, do rename, left, right, elevation, view. So we can double click in here. We're still on that one. So right there is our elevation view for the left side. Let's see, let's go find right elevation view. So now we have that. We can just change this and make left and right. We'll update this left and right elevation view. So we have them. Last thing we'll do is we'll do a move copy. We'll click move to end, create a copy, and we'll get rid of this elevation view, and we'll just bring in our floor plan. So we're going to, well, for this part, let's just pan over, and we'll just do a floor plan for right now. So right click, rename, floor plan. Once you have all that, save what you have, and we'll pick up from there when we're done. Already 35 minutes into this, so that's what I'd like to see. This is in the early stages of creating a set of plans for a garage for home remodeling. We'll eventually get out there and check their staking and go from there. So if there's any questions, work together. Hopefully you guys figure it out. Do the best you can to get this far. As any design typically goes, it's subject to change. So be open-minded to this. One thing I will tell you though, on that note, if we need to change the width of the building, it's easy as a stretch. So don't get alarmed if we have to move something around. We can even do a stretch on the garage door, move it that way. So don't, do not be afraid of modifications. It's just a part of how, things we deal with on a daily basis in engineering and design. So um, if there's any questions, please work together on this. Chloe, Logan, Maria, Chris should all be a great resource for these particular items. So please feel free to utilize them and have a good day. See you guys on Monday.